have 74 hosts for this year's show. We will be rotating out a new lineup for each song, and we have several junior varsity squads on standby in the wings at all times should any of us falter along the way.
Kate is joking. Of course, as you can see, there are only 8 of us, and the reason for this is because they really wanted to spice things up this year. So as a result, after each group number, a host is going to be eliminated in a brutal cutthroat fashion, until eventually only one is left standing to receive a final rose from the university president, and bask in thundering applause as the all-time super champion of Songfest.
Don't listen to them. I guess I'll finally get us started. I'm Lindsay, and welcome to tonight's show. Kate, Sarah, Haeley, Tim, Craig, Annie, Devin, and I will be the hosts for the remainder of your show.
This is a big year for Pepperdine. For those of you that aren't aware, this is our 75th anniversary. And for 39 of those years, thank you. For 39 of those years, the students have been gathering together in the spring to do Songfest. The modern tradition of Songfest started back in 1973, the same year that Pepperdine moved from its LA campus to its new home here in Malibu. Songfest has seen many different stages of growth and been performed in many different venues, including the cafeteria, Firestone Fieldhouse, and of course, here in Smothers Theater.
This year's Songfest is all about spare time. More specifically, it's about what people choose to do in their spare time. We'll be taking a look at things like activities, hobbies, pastimes, pursuits, and recreation. Basically anything people do when they don't have to be doing something else.
This year, each group was challenged in choosing an activity that people like to do in their spare time and then building a musical story around that choice. Now, the results are all over the place, which in a way was the whole idea. There were hundreds of possibilities, from the wacky to the incredible, for groups to consider in trying to pick the perfect group show theme.
Each of these groups has written their own scripts, chosen their own songs, and created their own sets and costumes. The competing groups have had only 2 weeks of nightly rehearsals, usually between the hours of 10 p.m. and midnight.
Resourcefulness and creativity are both key to a successful group show. Each group's performance can be no more than 12 minutes long and may contain no more than 2.5 minutes of dialogue. A group cannot spend more than $500. At least 25% of the music must be performed in vocal harmonies, and at least 75% of the performance must feature the overall cast, rather than small groups or soloists.
There are 7 student groups in this year's performance, as well as a non-competing faculty, staff, and alumni group. The student groups will be competing for the coveted Songfest Sweepstakes Award that will be given to the best overall group at our award ceremony on Saturday night. There are judges in the audience that give points to each group based in several different categories, which include
Music,
choreography, sets and costumes,
Theme,
and enthusiasm.
Our panel of judges includes performers, professionals from the arts and entertainment industries, as well as special members of our own Pepperdine family.
Thank you for joining us for Songfest 2012, where we are all
off the clock.
So, Tim, you know those products they sell in, like, television commercials and stuff?
You mean like the ShamWow, the Snuggie, the Slap Chop, those kinds of products, right?
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
Who comes up with them anyway? I bet I could. I'm pretty creative, you know.
Well, you know who else is really good at inventing products like that?
Who?
Our first group. Please help us welcome Sigma Phi Epsilon, Kappa Kappa Gamma, and friends in
To Be Invented.